Hello everyone, my name is B, your Onyx Nova Cosplay, and welcome to my YouTube channel where I make cosplays, crafts, and other weird crap. Last week, you saw me make this lovely camcorder based off the Blair Witch Project, and it wouldn't be the Blair Witch Project if I did not also make some creepy little stickmen. So, if you want to see how I made these little bad boys, then sit back, relax, and I'm gonna show you how. Let's go! So the base of this for me is old paintbrush handles, wooden kitchen skewers, and little plastic handles from tiny forks that I got at the Dollar Tree, and some thin, cheap craft wire. Those little forks I had from my Alice in Cyberland look that you can see in my KatsuCon 2023 video, or in Cowboy Crunchy's Met Gala video for that year. But what I did was I took the kitchen skewers and made them into an X, and then I took the paintbrush handle and the fork handle, and I made them into a lowercase t. And then I took the paintbrush handle and put it in between the tops of the X to create the stickman shape. I went ahead and put drops of hot glue in between each connection point, both on the skewers and on the handles, as well as connecting the handles to the skewers itself. And then I went around and wrapped the entire thing in wire. I was just going to use wire for the texture, but the hot glue ended up doing a better job texture-wise, but I do think it really did help structurally. I literally cover the entire thing in hot glue. I think you could achieve a similar look with paper mache or foam clay. This whole project was just me using materials that I had. So the paintbrush handles, the forks, the hot glue, the wires, those were just things I had that I didn't want to waste. After I covered the entire thing in hot glue and let it dry, it was time to paint. So I was originally going to mix a few different colors for this project, but I ended up using an old tube of paint that I had had for literally a decade. I was like, I just need to finish this and get it out of my house. So I went ahead and just used that entire tube of paint. I did go back later and dry brush some darker colors over it because it was a very reddish brown. So I wanted to go ahead and cover it with some more paint just to give it a more earthy, natural look to it. But I was just glad to get one more tube out of my house because I have a lot of paint and I need to use some of it up before I buy any more. Next up is the twine. So this is actually fake twine. You can completely skip this step by just going to buy some twine. But like I said, I was using what I had. So we're saving some money today. I have so much white embroidery thread, I was like, I'm just gonna make it myself. I can do that. Why not? Nothing has ever stopped me. I can do it. So what I did was I took some really obscure measurements of thread. I wasn't sure how much I was going to need, so I had two little pre-tied up bundles of embroidery thread, and I just was like, I'll use these. And I took some watered down paint. I actually did it once and then I had to remix the paint to get a better color that I liked. But I took some watered down paint and I just dunked those bad boys for about 30-45 seconds. You can actually see the difference in color between the first batch I did and the second batch because I used a little too much black in that first one, but no, the second one was much better. And then once I had the thread being the color that I wanted it to be, I let it dry because it was soaking wet from the paint water. So I let it dry and then I had to detangle it because just throwing it in as the bundle got it tangled when I swirled it around. As I swirled it around trying to get the color on all of it. And I can say I think a little more brown, a little less water would have gone a long way, but you know, I still think it looks pretty good. And then once it was all dried and detangled, I started the very laborious task of braiding this thing. I kid you not, I probably spent damn near 2 hours braiding stuff. And I didn't even use all of the thread. I didn't even braid it all. I literally started by braiding out a section and then wrapping it around to see how much like I needed per section, and then I would stop, braid some more, wrap it around, braid some more, wrap it around, and I did that until I had all of the pieces that I needed. But so what I was saying earlier about leaving a piece of wire out, I think my wording was weird, but I think if I were to remake these, I would leave a piece of wire out around the top portion of the Stickman. So when either you get if you do my method of using the embroidery thread to weave around it, then you can weave it around this piece of wire and it'll be a little more structurally intact, because these are just holding on by this embroidery thread's willpower at this point. If you were to like make these to be a part of a cosplay, or like maybe even like hang them up somewhere and you wanted them to last a little bit longer, I think weaving the wire into the thread would make it more substantial. But I don't know. We'll see how long they actually last. I might hang them up in my house. I haven't decided yet. Right now, they're just sitting by my desk. So I have to find somewhere to put them, because quite frankly, I'm very proud of them. And with the ropes all tied, I can now show off these cute little stickmen. I really enjoy how these turned out. I think these would be an easy craft if you wanted to have some sort of like found footage themed party, or like did some sort of like costume with them, or just wanted to hang them in your house. They didn't take too long to make. Honestly, the braiding took the longest portion of time. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Share it with your friends if they would like to make these for their own little Halloween parties. And leave a comment down below if you were terrified of these as a child like I was. These scared me before I even saw the movie. I saw the cover and I said, nope, we're not doing this today. But anyway, thank you all so much. And leave a comment down below also of what your favorite horror movie is. I want to make more horror movie props, and I would love some suggestions. So leave them down below, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!